Okay, welcome back to ColbertRadio.com, live on the air, the second season. We are about to get into a segment with our good buddy Lance Morrison, his own personal corner of the show we like to refer to as Off the Wall with Lance Morrison. Go ahead.
Do you love these production standards, Dickie?
I like it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, these are high-tech graphics brought to you by my wife, Karen Morrison.
You can tell that thing has a woman's touch.
Because I did mine by hand.
With a fat
I'm
marker.
not artistic, I'm autistic, but I don't want to talk about that. This evening, contrary to my classic style of developing my own material, I have gone to the archives to what I like to call the Bible of the Off the Wall segment. And when I say the Bible, I'm referring to Uncle John's Bathroom Readers.
I have a copy of Uncle John's Bathroom Readers. They're great stuff.
There's an entire series of these. If you spend some time in the loo, as I sometimes do, spend time in the loo, I do.
Hey, he's a poet. He didn't know it.
I will not
That's
eat
an
great
alliteration.
and hams and Sam I am. So
You
what
can make a
I've
rhyme
done
any old
is-
time.
Do we have to get copyrights to anything you say? 'Cause I think
Yeah,
that's-
probably,
I
but
think that's
screw that. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Let them find us.
All
right. This is good. I just flipped open arbitrarily to a page here. This is page 173. This is called "It's a Conspiracy." If you know anybody who believes in these wacky theories, please send them our way.
Charlie Sheen. I got that one nailed right now.
It's a
Rosie
conspiracy.
O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, this is good. This is good. We have an invisible bridge we like to sell. George W. Bush was the inspiration for Curious George. Conspiracy
Don't you say it,
theory.
Dickie. I
Don't
know
you
what's
do
going
it.
through your head.
Don't you do
It's
it.
the end of the show if you say it.
Oh, that's not me on camera if you say that.
George W. Bush,
All right, go on.
curious child, this is conspiracy theory, who was constantly getting into trouble. Margaret and H.A. Ray, friends of Bush's parents, wrote a series of books about a mischievous monkey who they named Curious George after young Bush.
Don't you do it, Dickie.
The books were immensely popular, but Bush didn't learn that he was the inspiration of the character until 2006, when he was already President of the United States. His father told him. Facing low approval ratings and public perception of being dim-witted, Bush was embarrassed and outraged. To prevent the information from leaking out, he ordered the Rays killed. When he found out they'd both been dead for years, Bush ordered the murder of Alan Shalek, owner of the movie rights to Curious George and the producer of the 2006 Curious George film. The truth. It's impossible for Bush to have been the inspiration for Curious George. The Rays never met the Bush family, and they wrote their first book in 1939, 7 years before Bush was born.
I'm not going to let that stop me.
Alan Shalek was a real person. He wrote several episodes of Curious George TV series in the 1980s, but he wasn't a producer on the Curious George movie. And he was murdered, but not by Bush. He was found dead in his Florida home in February 2006, the victim of a botched robbery.
That's one. Well, it's not wonderful.
Yeah, but
it's
see,
interesting.
that's what makes them such good conspirators. They made it look like a botched
I know. And everybody knows the Curious character was born in Hawaii.
Don't.
This is
Well, I know he came from the tropics somewhere. I
I'd,
understand. He
I'd
is a
like-
monkey.
I'd like to go ahead and announce my
We don't like to
resignation
disavow
from
Dickie's story this time.
ColbertRadio.com. I'd like to
Why?
go ahead and refute. Well, before Olbermann
Why?
calls me a racist,
Why?
I'd like
Why?
to go ahead and refute anything you say ever.
Let me shift gears here, because this is
Please, hurry
this is
quickly.
another one.
Hawaii.
Let's
Oh,
let's
stop.
State.
Let's-
Yes, it's a.
let's NASCAR this one. Can we turn left quick
Yes,
enough
this
here?
is a good one. As a POW during the Vietnam War, Senator John McCain was brainwashed by the Viet Cong. They could flip the switch
I
in his
believe
brain
that.
and
Yeah, I
turn
believe
him
that
into
too.
a spy or worse anytime they want.
Yeah,
Or a
candidate.
Democrat.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they've already flipped that switch.
They must have.
I read McCain Feingold tells me that.
Conspiracy theory: McCain, a naval pilot, was shot down over Saigon in 1967.
And God bless him for his service.
And was held
That's right.
captive in a military prison for 6 years, subject to physical and psychological torture. The
Oh,
Vietnamese-
so he's married.
Woo!
He was married. They shipped his wife.
The Vietnamese hypnotized him, brainwashed him, and implanted a chip in his brain.
Because you know that North Vietnamese computer technology.
Yeah, the chip, it missed. It's right there on that side of his jaw. That's why it sticks out there.
Oh, I thought you said a chimp. I thought we were back to the
No.
McCain was released in 1973, but the Vietnamese used the chip to make him run the U.S. Senate and eventually president. As president, McCain
They should have put in a better chip.
would be the helpless puppet of the communist government of Vietnam. The truth. Sound familiar? It's the plot of the book and the movie, The Manchurian Candidate.
That's exactly, yeah.
Conspiracy theorists just modernized it by adding the chip when they borrowed from UFO conspiracy theories. The theory probably stems from McCain's controversial efforts to normalize diplomatic relations with Vietnam in the 1980s. This enraged veterans and prisoner of war groups who felt that Vietnam was still the enemy. From there, the rumors took off, first turning McCain to a collaborator, then into someone with a chip in his head.
You know, the Manchurian Candidate was never released into the theaters.
The Denzel Washington one was.
The Denzel Washington one was. The Frank Sinatra one wasn't.
Really?
Because that was scheduled to come out in late 63, early 64.
Right before,
right
as we
after
began
Kennedy
coming
was
out.
assassinated.
Oh, okay.
And so it was never released to the theaters.
I got you. That's also when we started combat operations in Vietnam.
65, 64.
No, we were sending advisors during the Kennedy.
Oh yeah, Kennedy was sending advisors. Yeah. Does that constitute combat?
Thousands of advisors.
Advisors?
See, what's been proven though is that a lot of those advisors were actually taking on combat roles. They were like, "We'll train you how to do this.
Watch
you
us.
just sit there and watch us do it."
You got anything else there for us?
That's all I got.
That is off the wall.
Off the
That
wall.
was very
And those
good.
factoids were indeed
That was
off
fun.
the wall.
I enjoyed that.
Well, it's rare that you tune into media and hear conspiracy theories about George W. Bush and John McCain. So this is a breath of fresh air.
Maybe we should make up some of our own.
We do that. It's called Rumor Has It.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Which we haven't done in a long
Or
time.
maybe we should ask for reader feedback. Send us your original
That's right.
conspiracy
Yeah,
Send us
theories.
your
send us
original-
conspiracy theories.
And
Please,
we'll be
we'd
happy
love
to
to
publish
see
them
them.
on the air.
We'll
Please
make-
call now. Oh, no, we don't have a
We don't have a phone
We don't
yet.
have a phone, yeah.
No, we really need Sean back.
We send them to Colbert Radio
Email.
at gmail.com.
Yes, give it again. What was that number
Colbert
again?
Radio at, yes, the number,
Yeah.
Dickie. But, get up on your rotary phone, talk to the operator, and ask for Colbert Radio. We're right down the street from the ice cream man. Colbert Radio, yeah, 555. ColbertRadio.com. You guys are all screwing this up. We're trying to get the people in contact with us. Go to
Colbert
at gmail.com, and you'll get in touch with this man right here.
That's
This is
right.
John Colbert.
All one of you. All one of you. Jump on your
And
computer.
That's right.
I actually respond to all of our email.
It's
Personally.
true.
That's
Unless,
Personally. I
That's
personally
because you
respond to
have
all.
no
unless I send it.
That's right. I've responded to both of them this week.
Who needs friends when you have your own internet radio show?
No.
That way your ego
That's
can
right.
just live off of itself.
You know, actually though, we've got a lot of friends following us on Facebook
We do,
now.
and we love them.
And we're
very
being
much.
picked up by the websites who are linking to us and everything. This thing is finally we're getting some traction here.
They
We're
have gotten
getting
some hits on the famous Christmas show, which we'll be repeating next December, by the way.
That's right. Well, you know it's coming up.
What's
What? Valentine's?
February, March. What comes up in 2 months?
Groundhog's Day.
Well,
Our
the
anniversary.
baseball season?
Income tax.
Oh, okay,
Our
okay.
first anniversary.
That's
Lovely.
right. March
Yeah.
Madness, too.
March 29th, I think, or 61 of those. I'll check on it. Anyway, we got to get off the air quick, guys.
We'll be right back. ColbertRadio.com live, the second season.
Bye-bye.